We were just over a year ago, I guess, we were in Spain on our first ever La Liga Level 1 Spain course. So we didn't know what the year ahead of us would entail at that time, but I'm so glad we've been able to stay in contact. So yeah, let me tell you about the La Liga courses, since that's really how we met.
Hi, I'm Jeff Garofalo, and this is my childhood friend Scott Wright. We have accomplished a lot together, and it is our passion to spread the good word of sport, togetherness, and competition. We are so excited that you decided to join us today for another webcast of Coaches Talk Coaching.
Cheers and welcome to Coaches Talk Coaching. My name is Scott Wright, and this is Jeff Garofalo, and our next guest's primary role is the Senior Manager of Club Development and Outreach for U.S. Club Soccer. That is a governing body of soccer development in the United States. She's also a founder and president of All International, an organization that provides opportunities for women's soccer players to continue their career with competitive European club teams. While she was in college at Allegheny, she was awarded first team all-conference in women's soccer, and she spent some time in Madrid, Spain, where she coached soccer, taught English, and was an international director for students for EduCick, an internationally known boarding school that specializes in developing elite soccer players and provides a cultural and educational experience for its members. We are so proud to share this time with her today. She's our friend, Coach Ashley Lehr. Awesome. Well, thank you, Ashley, for joining us. We've gotten to know each other a little bit over time, and it's been through these La Liga courses with U.S. Club Soccer. So I know that you have some great experiences with them. Do you mind just elaborating a little bit more on what those are?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you so much for having me, Scott and Jeff. Excited to reconnect with you guys. We were just over a year ago, I guess, we were in Spain on our first ever La Liga Level 1 Spain course. So we didn't know what the year ahead of us would entail at that time, but I'm so glad we've been able to stay in contact. So yeah, let me tell you about the La Liga courses, since that's really how we met. So we launched our La Liga partnership in 2016 as a part of our Players First initiative, U.S. Club Soccer, and they're our long-term technical partner. And through the partnership, they came to us and asked, how could they have an impact on the American soccer landscape? And we decided that we thought the biggest impact they could have was through providing coach education, because we know that they've developed some of the best players in the world. Some would argue the best in the world. And so we thought that the biggest impact they could have is helping us with our coaching staff in the U.S. and trying to educate them and learn new things about how La Liga trains their players, so that we could take something from that and hopefully develop high-level players as well, or as high as the La Liga level has been. So we created a methodology series, which is a level 3, level 2, level 1, and then the level 1 Spain, which is the ultimate level. And we've now run over 17 courses around the country. Most of those level 3s, because it is a progressive series, so you have to attend level 3 to go to the level 2 to the level 1, and then the level 1 you have to attend level 1 in the US before you go abroad, which is what you guys did. So you spent a lot of time, I don't know, I guess that's almost like 100 hours of coach education before you even go overseas, do that immersion experience. So it's been very successful, and we've educated over almost 2,000 coaches to date. And so we're excited for this year. We're finally going to be able to relaunch when we had, obviously we weren't allowed to travel and bring our Spanish La Liga coaches over to the U.S. last year. So we're excited this year to launch not a new series, but relaunch this series. And we have a little bit of a different format for it too. So we're excited about it.
That's cool. You mind sharing about the new format?
Yeah, so it's going to be the same content, the same number of hours, but with everything going virtual, we just thought it would make more sense, and we'd be able to actually launch registration far enough in advance. We could do portions of it as a live virtual course. So we are going to do 6 hours of the 22-hour course ahead of the actual weekend. So we'll do it at the 2 weeks prior to the actual in-person course, we're going to have like virtual sessions with them. Just, to avoid like any issues we would have with spacing in a classroom and less time in an indoor classroom setting. And so we'll be spending a little more time just out on the field when the LaLiga guys come over and we're actually in person.
And that's great. Yeah, the LaLiga coaches are phenomenal. Felipe, just working with him most recently, and Carlos, and Hugo. I don't think it could have gotten any better, that experience. So, thank you for that. In addition to the work that you do with LaLiga and the coaching development there, I know that US Club Soccer does a lot of work with USSoccer. And I know that you've all run over 250 grassroots courses, which is awesome and amazing for coaching development in this country. Do you mind sharing a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So we really were able to start hosting courses with USSoccer in 2018. So it's still fairly recent. We kind of hit the ground running because we were like, coach education, there's such a need for coach education around the country, and a lot of clubs and leagues like to host it in-house. So what we can do is bring the USSoccer grassroots modules, the 4v4, 7v7, 9v9, and 11v11, and then the D course. We can actually host those with our leagues and our clubs. And so we kind of come to them. And so, we have run over 250 courses, probably almost close to 300 now. We've already hosted probably 50 since the beginning of 2021, which has kept me busy, but it's good. And I think we've hosted courses in over 27 states. So like a very wide range of where we're hosting these. A handful up in the Northeast, we're going to be actually doing a C course. We have registration open right now for our C course in Connecticut, in Farmington. And then we're going to be doing another one in Pennsylvania. So that's the highest level that we can really like co-host with USSoccer. But registration's open for that right now. And we're, I think, almost at capacity. So if anyone's listening in, check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, register. C course with USSoccer. That's where it's at. In addition to the work that you do with US Club Soccer, I know you spent some time in Spain, in Madrid, playing soccer, and it inspired you, from what I understand, to begin All International, where you support and encourage female soccer players to play abroad. You mind speaking on that?
Yeah, definitely. So I lived in Spain after college. I didn't do a semester abroad, but I had spent a summer in Spain between my junior and senior year of college. I was working as an au pair, so kind of wanted to go. I was like, nannying kind of an au pair as like a live-in, usually a foreign exchange or a foreign woman or man who goes and lives with the family, and you take care of the kids and you teach them your native language. So they wanted me to speak English to their kids. And I fell in love with the Spanish culture. I was like, oh my God, it's just like so eye-opening for me about, first of all, like how soccer or football is just embedded in their culture. It's like a part of the everyday life. Like I would laugh because eventually when I lived over there, I ended up working in a school, and there were, the girls would say, no, we don't like football that much. And I'm like, okay, well, when's the Real Madrid game? They'd be like, tomorrow at 7. And I'm like, oh, you don't like football that much? But it's just like such a part of their culture, So I fell in love with the culture mainly because of soccer and how much they love it. And then I ended up going and living there and playing over there for a couple years. And when I came back, I was like, it's crazy because our system here in the U.S. is so different from over there. You play club here until you're 18, and then you go and play college. And then after that, there really aren't a lot of opportunities for like competitive soccer post-college, unless you're going to go into really high level and try and play in the MLS or USL on the men's side. And NWSL, I think there's 9 teams. They've just expanded to 11. So it's just, there's not a lot of opportunities. And so in Europe, you can play club until you want to retire pretty much, So when I played on teams over there, the youngest person on my team was 16, and the oldest was like 30, mid 30s. And that's just because their university system isn't the same as ours, and their senior level teams is just all the best players from the club. So the age range, is definitely a wide range. So anyways, when I came back, I was like, I want more people to know about this opportunity, and I understood the women's side of it, like the league structure and how to get your visa and how to get your player's card and your international transfer card. And it gets pretty complicated, but I learned the hard way, just trying to do it all on my own. So when I came back, I launched All International to really like consult and offer the opportunity for postgraduate women's soccer players to go abroad. And so I've recently been working with a scout in Scotland, and he is way more connected throughout all of Europe than I am. So we're working together now, and we're hoping to provide the opportunity to go not just to Spain, but to the surrounding countries, maybe Sweden, Switzerland. We've got some contacts in Denmark, Germany. He's in Scotland, so the UK, England and Scotland, although it's a little different with Brexit, it's a little more difficult to go there now. But yeah, so that's kind of how it all started. And, it's my side gig. I'm full-time with US Club, but it's definitely like my passion project. So I still love working on it when I can.
Passion projects are where it's at. I mean, I'm so thankful. I thank God for the main pathway. Definitely provides opportunities for growth elsewhere. But congratulations on all your success with All International. I'm sure that that you are an inspiration to our female listeners, and to anyone that you're coaching with. So I encourage and I implore everyone that's listening right now to take part in that. So thank you so much, Ashley, or Coach Ashley. We really appreciate your time. I'm going to pass the ball over to Coach Jeff now, and he's got his fire round questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Thanks, Ashley, for being with us today. We're really honored to have you, and the time that we spent in Spain was very special. So just a big thank you for all your hard work during that trip, because I know it was a lot.
It was fun.
into our fire question round. As we've learned today, you've built your life around soccer, which is amazing. What is it that you love so much about the sport?
Good question. To be completely honest, I'll say I love playing. I like playing the most. I like coaching. I like working in soccer, building opportunities around soccer. But my favorite thing for sure is playing myself.
Feel so free on the field. It's the best. It's the best feeling.
Yeah, it's like meditation.
Yeah.
All you can think about is what's going on the field. So that's my number one for sure, playing.
Love it. Cool. Ashley, we've definitely seen the game growing in the United States over the past few years, which is awesome to see. And I think a lot of that is a tribute to US Club Soccer as well. But I think at points, it's really important that we have youth. We have women soccer coaches at the youth level. And sometimes I feel like there's a shortage for some women coaches. So how can we get more women coaches involved in the game?
Yeah, that's a good question. And that's another passion project of mine too. So I think that keeping women in the game is a part of organizations keeping opportunities open for women. I think that, as we all know, women tend to be the primary caretaker of their children. That's kind of how our society has played out. Also, because when kids are, a woman is the one who gets pregnant. A man doesn't get pregnant. So there's much more of a need for the woman to be there, especially when the children are young and everything. So I think that, having organizations actually be flexible with women and, understand sometimes that there's got to be a lot of flexibility with their role as a coach. I think that where organizations, they should look at their staff and say, okay, how many of our coaching staff for our youth players are women? And if it's not around 50%, seek them out, because a lot of women are interested, but maybe they just haven't had the time to go and figure out how to coach, or they don't know anything about it. Or also, even at the higher level, let's get women opportunities to get into these courses. I think now that things are going virtual, to be honest, I think it will, in the long term, benefit women, because sometimes it's difficult to leave for 10 days and go to a coaching course. you're going to one of the USSoccer higher level ones, you know? And so I think doing things more virtually will benefit women in the long term. But I think organizations need to take an internal look at their staff, see if they have women or not, and make sure that they do, because we all know that as young players, they're going to be interested in having women as little girls. They want women as their role models. You know, they want to see someone who looks like them coaching them, and they'll be inspired by it. So it's so important. It's a good question.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great answer. Great answer. Actually, for me, sports icons had such an impact on my life growing up. Just looking up to them and wanting to be like them. And what female sports icon has influenced you the most?
So I'm going to say one that's not soccer. I'm going to go with Serena Williams. I think, yeah, just watching her since I was little and her intensity. I love it. You know, she's awesome. So
yeah, what an incredible athlete and role model for females to look up to and inspire to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Nice choice. I like it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you lived in Spain for a while. What is the go-to food in Madrid for you?
All right, I'm going to say going to a tapas bar. I'm just going in, getting to try a bunch of different stuff and get your little, they call it a caña, small little beer that's nothing exciting. It's like the standard beer, and getting a set of different plates that are all Spanish tapas.
Spanish tapas is where it's at. Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Last question, Ashley. We had such a tremendous experience with LaLiga and their methodology and just learning from some of the best soccer minds in the world. For you, just being so involved through the entire process, what has been your most memorable experience with LaLiga?
Okay, I've got a few, but I will say the one that stands out the most is we were there for some meetings with LaLiga. They let us come to them, which was good. So we go to Madrid, and I had met Raul a few times. He was an ambassador for LaLiga, so he came to some of our courses, and so we called him up, not me, our CEO, Kevin, called up, and said, can you give us a tour through the training grounds, Valdebebas, where Real Madrid, trains? And he was very welcoming, and so we went, and we didn't do like the standard tour that he kind of like gave us the inside scoop, and it was hilarious because he was driving us around on the golf cart, and we're like, is that Raul driving the golf cart? Being driven. Yeah. And then he takes us up to essentially like all of the players have like a suite with they put their finger on the door and it opens, like very high level, like really cool. And he shows us the cafeteria that they have for the first team, and Modric was just in there like eating his lunch.
Oh wow.
And so we walk in, and I'm like starstruck. I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna like pass out. And we looked at him, and they had a Champions League game the next day.
Wow.
And so it's like, good luck at your game tomorrow. And he was very, it was just crazy to see him there. He's a small guy, and he was very casual. Said hello. I wanted to bring my phone out and take a picture, but also knew it wasn't the right moment. But I have it in my head exactly how the moment went. So that was really cool.
Great story. Thank you so much.
He won. That was actually the year that he won the Golden Boot. So.
Yeah.
Maybe 2018, maybe before that, 2017, 2018. So it was cool.
That's a great story.
Bit of my life.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach Ashley. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this time with you. We wish you and all your coaching endeavors so much success. I'm sure that higher levels are in your future. From all of us at Coaches Talk Coaching, thank you for watching. Please share this video with a friend. Like, love, subscribe, and follow to help keep us growing. See you soon at the next episode of Coaches Talk Coaching.
Thanks, guys.